What's good, YouTube? Andre here with the DM Network. Y'all, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. We upload videos every single day, 7 days a week. So also don't forget to turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss a single upload. Now, on with the video. So today's topic comes from Prince Berry. But before I get to Prince Berry's, Marcus O did send me a question. He said, DM Network, next video, could you go into how deep you want the combat to be? Go in depth on combat mechanics like you would want pre-made combos or the ability to make your own, kind of like a fighting game would be. Here are the attacks, specials, etc. String them together how you see fit, or a combination of both. And Marcus, I just wanted to say that I have made a video on that. I'm going to put a card, it should be popping up now, about that. Or you could just go to the playlist. I'll put the playlist there. I think I've made a couple of videos on combat, but so I'm not going to make another video on that until we see more about the game and see how the combat works. But just to summarize it, I don't look, the combat system's not going to be like Mortal Kombat or Dragon Ball Z Fighters. It's not that kind of game. The combat is going to be very, very simple. I imagine, like square, 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 button presses, a button masher, pushing square for normal attacks, triangle for heavy, circle for maybe special, and then you'll be able to do some Kamehameha, some special attacks, and some ultimate attacks as well. But the topic for today comes from Prince Berry. Can the next video be about extra stuff you could do, like building a house or divorce Chi-Chi after Goten is born, or have choices to be good or evil? Example, when Kid Goku beats King Piccolo, I would like to have the choice to brag on TV. This isn't impossible because I saw 360 games do this, like Fable. Go to school, and if they don't want you to be way stronger than the boss, they could add a little cutscene where Goku says he tried to talk to people in the GameStop crumbs. I didn't understand that last part, but I do understand where he's going. Basically, choices. So that's what I want to talk about today in this video, is choices. Now, I know this is an action RPG, and it's going to tell the story of Dragon Ball. So with that being said, telling the story of Dragon Ball Z, the initial storyline is going to follow Dragon Ball Z. Because if you have choices in that, then it's no longer Dragon Ball Z. It's no longer true to the timeline. And then you fall into stuff like Xenoverse. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be a different mode that is an adventure mode, kind of a what if mode. We know this because Dragon Ball Ultimate Tenkaichi did. They had the story mode, then they had something completely separate from the story mode called adventure mode. That was the more RPG-ish kind of thing, part of the game. But it really, I don't know. I can't see them doing anything like this, like giving us choices and stuff like that in the game. The game is marketed as an action RPG, and generally in an action RPG, an adventure RPG, any kind of true RPG game, there's generally only one playing mode. You look at The Witcher, which is an adventure RPG. There's only one game mode. You come in, you get into the story. Spider-Man. Guess you can kind of look at Spider-Man as an action RPG, adventure RPG, or open world RPG. There's only one game mode, Now, that doesn't mean that they can't put different modes in the game. But you got to think, if they're going to do a complete story, now this is how I could see this potentially playing out if it were to play out. They do a story mode that only goes to the Frieza saga. And then they do an adventure mode, in a sense, that allows you to create a character, and go through an adventurous story, basically your own kind of story in a sense. And then for DLC, they would add the Cell Saga, the Android Saga, Cell Saga, Majin Buu Saga. And so by the end of the DLC cycle, they would have told the complete story of Z, because they're not marketing the game as only telling part of Z. Now, here's the thing about marketing. Whatever this game is going to be named, there's more than likely sequels planned for it, okay? So in its entirety, yes, the game would have told the full story of Z. But upon its initial release, it could only tell up to a certain point. Xenoverse did the same thing. Xenoverse 2 kind of did the same thing, because with Xenoverse 2, some of the stuff that they marketed the game with prior to release wasn't fulfilled until later DLCs down the road. You get what I'm saying? So say like the series is named let's say the story of Goku or something, just for craps and giggles. The story of Goku. However, Bandai already has a contract with CyberConnect 2 that they're going to make, say, 3 different versions of this game, or 3 renditions. So after that 3rd rendition, when you look at the series in its entirety, the story of Goku has told all of Dragon Ball Z. You get what I'm saying? So if it's only up to a certain point, then I can see them putting in like a potential adventure mode, and in that, you know, they could give you choices and things like that. But something like that is so major, Bandai would lead with that. They wouldn't lead with Dragon Ball Z story of Goku, because they know a lot of people are kind of played out with the story of Goku. I'm not. I would love to play it again. I've never get tired of it. But there are a lot of people who are. And not only that, but create a character is extremely popular right now. So if I was going to do a release trailer, an announcement trailer, something to build hype around a game, the majority of the time, a lot of times, you're going to lead with your best foot forward. Now, this isn't always the case. Jump Force didn't do this. We didn't find out until later that you had created a character in Jump Force. At first, they just showed a little tidbit. So it's very, 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 very possible that they could be holding some of the biggest stuff about this game for later, and that the fact that you're playing the story of Goku's life is only a minor part of the complete game. So could there be what ifs? Yeah, could be. Could there be decisions that change the outcome of the game? Yeah, there could be. That's something that was marketed in Xenoverse that we didn't see fulfilled. When I went into Xenoverse for the first time, with the marketing and the things like that, you know, we were going with the mindset that we were going to be able to make decisions that were going to change history. That was not the case until kind of later in the DLC and at the end of the story, where you had like 1 option or 2 options and it changed the ending in a sense. But other than that, Xenoverse didn't do a well fulfilling that marketing that we would be affecting history. We thought that we would actually get to make choices and those outcomes would change the timeline. And we would essentially have a procedurally generated timeline based off of those events in a sense. But that wasn't the case. There's a huge market for that. I would like to do that. You know, maybe have 3 or 4 endings. Perfect example. Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human had various endings based off of different things that you did in the game. Now, the game itself wasn't a very long game. If you look at an RPG game, a lot of RPGs extend 50, 60, 100 hours if open world is the case. But in Detroit Become Human, if you knocked over a fishbowl, it had repercussions throughout the rest of the game. You know, different things like that. So it can be possible. And a lot of Dragon Ball fans would love to have something like that. That would give you an extreme amount of immersion. That would give you hundreds of hours of playing time, as well as something unique and different. So you could still tell the story of Dragon Ball, but have a separate mode in the game, an adventure mode of sorts, kind of like they did with Ultimate Tenkaichi, where you could create a character that would please a lot of people, and then you could play through it with Goku or Vegeta or whoever. You could play through it with a creator character or whoever you want, and go through this adventure mode in a sense where you can make your own decisions, and your decisions affect the outcome of the game. Now that would be cool. I would like that. And then you would pretty much please everybody by giving them a little bit of what they want. You got the nostalgic by playing the actual story mode up to Frieza Saga with all of that. And then you have this separate mode where you're able to do some different things. Now, people are going to want to play against their friends and things like that. So it really just is contingent upon if this game is multiplayer based or single player based. If it's single player based, then it opens the door for a lot more things to be done with the game. But if it's multiplayer based, then you can expect a lot to be left out and a lot to be desired, simply because they've got to contribute time and resources to servers and things of that nature. So, you know, Marcus, it could be in the game. I mean, a what if, that would be really cool. We liked it in the Budokai series and Tenkaichi series, the whole what if fusions and stuff. And that's why Dragon Ball Fusions did pretty decent, because it was the whole what if. Hey, what if Goku fused with Gohan, fused with Broly, you know, kind of stuff like that. So there is a huge market for that. Now, what's the longevity of something like that? I don't know. But it's definitely a market for it. So what if, you know, Goku was evil? Like, I think a lot of people, especially after watching the Goku Black arc, wouldn't mind being a bad guy. I would like a Dragon Ball game where I'm the bad guy, you know, and I get to basically dominate the world. I mean, what better in-game boss could there be than Goku and Vegeta? You get what I'm saying? Or Gogeta or Vegito. You see what I'm saying? Because they've always come out on top. So imagine playing the other end where you're evil, you know, or picture you come to the earth as Turles or something like that. And yeah, it's just a lot of different possibilities out there. And I think that's a pretty huge market for that. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below, you know. Now, do I think this is going to happen? I don't. However, if it did, it would be really cool. But that doesn't seem like it's Bandai Namco's MO. Neither does it seem like it's CyberConnect 2's. However, anything is possible in the world of gaming, you know, so and in the world of Dragon Ball also. So, and they've got a lot of things to draw inspiration from as well. So let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. I'm sorry I'm uploading late. I had a flat on my paper route and I had to go to Walmart and get a tire, and then I had to come back and finish my route because normally I would have a video uploaded by now. But appreciate y'all for y'all support, man. Please continue to support. I'm trying to respond to as many comments as I can and things like that. And y'all, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.